Every human fears something. But it's not failure, it's not success, and it's not even pain. What we truly fear is rejection. Because rejection doesn't just hurt our feelings, it threatens our very sense of belonging. This fear isn't a sign of weakness. It's deeply rooted in our biology. For thousands of years, our ancestors depended on their tribe for survival. Belonging meant safety, resources, and life. Rejection meant danger, isolation, and ultimately death. That ancient code is still wired into your brain. So, when you feel that sting of rejection today, you're not broken, you're human. Neuroscience backs this up. Brain scans show that social rejection activates the exact same regions as physical pain. That's why it feels so personal, so intense, and so hard to forget. To your brain, there's no difference between a broken heart and a broken bone. Pain is simply pain. And it goes even deeper. Rejection doesn't just feel like an event that didn't work out. It feels like a judgment on who we are. It whispers, "You are not enough." It attacks our value, our worth, and our place in the world. This is why rejection hurts so much more than simple criticism. This deep-seated fear secretly controls our behavior. It's the reason we stay silent when we want to speak up. It keeps us stuck in situations we've outgrown, afraid to take the next step. It makes us play small instead of expanding into our full potential. It convinces us to stay invisible when all we want is to be seen. So many people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they never risk being seen in the first place. To avoid this pain, we learn to wear masks. We become people pleasers, hiding our true opinions and shrinking our dreams. We say yes when our whole being is screaming no. But the acceptance we gain by hiding ourselves isn't freedom. It's a quiet, slow self-betrayal. And this whole system is built on a myth, a lie that rejection tells us. If they reject you, something is wrong with you. But the truth is, rejection is often about mismatch, not deficiency. It could be about timing, context, or a simple difference in perspective. Think about it, even the most successful people in the world have faced countless rejections. Rejection is just information, not a final verdict on your worth, but our brains love to overgeneralize. One single rejection can quickly spiral into, "I always fail," or "I'm just not good enough," or "this will never work for me." We have to remember that rejection is just a moment in time, not a life sentence. In fact, the very place where rejection exists is also where growth lives. Every meaningful achievement in life requires visibility, vulnerability, and risk. And risk always invites the possibility of rejection. If you're living a life where you never face rejection, you're also avoiding growth. So let's start reframing it. Instead of asking, "Why wasn't I chosen?" Start asking, "What did this experience teach me? Where am I better aligned? And what courage did I show just by trying?" When you reframe it, rejection stops being a roadblock and starts becoming fuel. Confidence isn't built on a foundation of constant approval. It's built on survival. Every single rejection you experience and survive teaches your nervous system, "I can handle this." With each experience, the fear loses a little more of its power. The key is to detach your worth from the outcome. Your worth isn't determined by votes or likes or whether you get accepted. Your worth is inherent. It's uncheckable. When you truly separate your identity from the outcome, rejection loses its control over you. And that's when you find true freedom. When rejection no longer controls you, you speak honestly, you try things boldly. You choose authenticity over applause, you live fully. Freedom begins the moment you realize you no longer require everyone's approval to be yourself. Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's taking action despite the fear. Courage comes first and confidence follows. Waiting to feel ready is a trap. It's action, not thought, that rewires fear. One day you will look back and realize that the rejection you feared so much was actually protecting you from a life that was far too small for you. Because the greatest rejection isn't from others, it's rejecting yourself. You were never meant to be accepted by everyone. You were meant to be fully yourself.